Today the GS goes in for its MOT, and honestly it's got me questioning whether keeping an 18-year-old BMW Adventure still makes sense in 2026. Because the bike's in great condition, low mileage, and I still love riding it, but the reality is older BMWs can get expensive fast. So the garage I'm taking the bike to is Racing Lines in Derby. They have got a very good reputation for being a honest, decent bike shop, which is sometimes rare to find nowadays. So I thought I would I'd do my final checks on the morning, thinking yeah, I'll have plenty of time. Well, I was on night shift last night, got back 9 o'clock this morning, absolutely shattered, went to bed and then woke up a bit late, so mad panic, trying to get everything checked. The one thing that nearly did me was the exhaust baffle. It's just a 5mm Allen screw, and could I find a 5mm Allen key? No, I've got loads, and the monkey was in front of my toolbox with its alarm on. I didn't have the key, it was in the house, and panicking and trying to get it on. I managed to find a 5mm bit and then try and get it fastened up. Got there in the end though. So I've got, what time am I on? 13:13, I think it's there by 13:30. Easily done normal traffic, but it is rush hour on a Friday. I'm sure we'll make it. So this GS is now 16 years old. What mileage is it on? 20,412, which is absolutely nothing for one of these. But it's still, with its age, I always get around to thinking, well, should I be looking at buying something new? Is this become a money pit? Parts are certainly are available. Some are no longer. You've got to get you've got to buy from a scrapyard or a breaker for some parts now. Which is always a bit of a concern. If something goes wrong and you're not going to be able to get the bits, or it's going to take a long time to get the bits. But it's not let me down, not once. The only thing up today for the MOT, it could potentially fail on is maybe the spotlights. I don't know. They're all working fine. It's just whether it's the legality of them, I suppose, and the things like the strobing effect when you hit the horn. I think that's a bit of a grey area in the law, but they don't strobe longer than the horn's pressed, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Well, performance-wise, it's still a fantastic machine. Yes, it's not as quick as a Blackbird, you've not got the top-end speed, but it still gets off the line pretty quick. Although it sounds like a tractor, and why are you trying to move over now? Fucking idiot. But apart from the lights, I can't see where it could actually fail on anything today. It could do with a really good valet or a very good detail. Really, I've let it down slightly with regard to some of the screw fixings. Some of them have got a bit of corrosion on, which is all down to me being a bit lazy over winter and not cleaning them off properly and protecting them. So I could do with getting a Dremel on them or scourer and get all the bolts cleaned up, make it a bit more presentable. I'm not going to squeeze down there, it's too bloody tight. But if I cleaned all those parts up, you would not. There's nothing to show its age at all, and certainly for the mileage. It's so lovely and warm today. It's 25 degrees. My legs are getting hot already. Good thing I've got this mesh jacket on. Good airflow. Go on, you could have gone left lane there, couldn't you really? Sort of sat there like a muppet. Friggin' Friday afternoon drivers, absolute dickheads. Another consideration I've had is, should I keep both bikes? I know it's a luxury to have two, and there's two running costs, although the Monkey doesn't cost very much at all, and it's new, it's nothing like to go wrong on that, and I don't have to pay for an MOT for another 2.5 years. The insurance is cheap on it, and the tax is about £27 a year, so it's not, running costs are not really an issue. It's just channel-wise, is the BMW a big enough pull with its age? Or would Monkey content be better? I don't know, I'm experimenting with that at the moment. I love riding the Monkey, it's very quirky and such a good laugh. But long distance wise, probably not a brilliant tool, but then again I don't really go long distance, although I want to be out touring and out camping. Problem is work and family commitments. I'd love to be able to jump on the bike and go and tour Europe, but I just can't do it. Whereas the Monkey's not really a touring type bike. Yes, you could have these long Monkey adventures, but you're sort of limited by the range of it with this actual max speed. Like I can jump on this and go to one end of the country within a day easily, but I couldn't on the Monkey really. It's not practical enough. It would just take too long. And the other thing is, if I sold this, I could put all the money into the Monkey, buy more mods for it, and using the money to go places on it, I suppose. But the thing is, I love riding this. Even though it's old, it's got no electronic gizmos, apart from that screen that I put on. But I was more luck than judgment. I got this one, which has got no ABS, it's got no electrical systems at all, other than your standard stuff. Nothing to interfere with the rider. So this is still a pure motorcycle really, if you compare it to newer versions. But although I do miss that top end speed of the Blackbird, and knowing it was a ballistic missile, and you didn't have to change gear, you could just send it. Whereas this, you've got to plan a bit more, you've got to use the gears. You can't be lazy on this as much as you could with the Blackbird. It is nice being able to touch the floor fully though on the Monkey, and whereas on my tiptoes on this thing. It's quite an intimidating bike when it's at a standstill and wheeling it in and out of the garage. Although it's got a low centre of gravity with the Boxer engine, when it's got a full fuel tank, it's quite unwieldy. Time we're now 22, 8 minutes to get there. I'll do that easily. Yeah, my fuel tank gauge, notorious on this model of bike, is very inaccurate. It's showing I've got half a tank, but I've done over 250 miles on it, so it's probably about 50 miles off in the tank. I learned that the hard way the first time when I rode it away from the showroom. Trusted what was in the fuel tank and carried on riding it, and nearly ran out of fuel on day 38. Luckily, it just got me to the petrol station. It was spluttering. I thought I was going to end up pushing it. So yeah, I don't trust the fuel gauge anymore. It's nice that it actually does show fuel, because a lot of people's gauges don't actually work. They give up, that goes quite quickly. Well, yeah, it still registers full when it is full. And I just use the trip on it now. Reset the trip. Then at least I know 250, get it filled. Cheers, XR. I do still miss a sports bike though. Not the comfort, that's the only thing against them really. And have to get suited up in your Power Ranger suit. Which again, I don't really mind that, it's just it's a faff into really. And especially when I go to a bike meet or a pub and you're sat there in a one-piece leather, it's not ideal. Here we are. There it is, racing lines. Number T is round the back. Looks like there's a wait. Hopefully not for the MOTs, but we will find out. Oh, soon to stop, it's sweaty. Blackbird. Are you alright? Yeah, not bad. So that is it, a clean bill of health. It got through with no advisories, which was quite surprising really. I thought I'd at least get one. The only thing they found was the dust seal on top of the shocks has perished, but it's not a failure. And also, with it being on the top, like a normal bike at the bottom, it's not leaking any oil past it. Well, they said next time it goes in for any work, get it done then. Right, I need some fuel. Because the fuel gauge is actually working now. Well, it's showing almost empty. So with the bike having a clean bill of health and no advisories, it's sort of makes my mind up that I really don't need to be selling this anytime soon. And those dust seals, well, they're not causing an issue at the minute, so I'll leave them for now. It's not something I'd tackle myself. I'm not stripping the front end down. I don't have the tools for it. Never done it before. So yeah, I'll leave that to the garage. What a lovely day. Where am I going? I don't know. A fair few coppers about around Derby today. E-range has got 77 miles range. Oh, it's probably bloody lying. Let's check that trip. Yeah. Could be. Certainly supposed to be able to give 300 miles on this tank, so I'm sure we will be fine. time for some filtering, I think. Yes, copper, I'm not going to come past you on the zigzags. I'm not that stupid. Oh, I've got hot fuzz behind me. Yeah, that's squeaking. It's really annoying. It's definitely my wheels. For your fucking bell end. Fucking cunts. They don't like it, do they, some of these fucking car drivers? Oh, I'm sat in traffic, so you have to be. Fuck off. Get a bike licence, you sad bastards. £46. Jesus Christ. My final thoughts then on the GS. Glad I bought it. Yes, definitely. Would I take the Blackbird back? If somebody offered me one, I'd take it. I don't think I'd buy another one though. Not that it's a bad bike, it's a brilliant bike, but I've done that. If I was going to go for another Hypersport, it'd probably be a Hayabusa or a ZZR 1400. But I'm more than happy with this GS. Years motoring, no real issues. I've not looked after it as well as I would most bikes. I normally keep them immaculate. This one I've not bothered with too much. Just give the carriers a wash, which has then resulted in a bit of corrosion on some of the fastenings, but that can be easily sorted. Yes, it's a very agricultural type bike, but I sort of like that. It's not as refined. It's got more character to it. They are a bit chalk and cheese. People say they're ugly. I quite like the look of it. And I also like the seating position. You can see pretty much everything around you at all times. There's nothing, not like being bent over a tank. And you've got the ability to stand up if you want to look a bit like Ewan McGregor, but if you need to stretch your legs or anything, you can just stand up, not a problem, and ride the bike. Full controls, full brake control. You're not bending anything. So as you're getting older and a bit achy, they are nice for being able to stand up and stretch a bit. So will I be selling it? No, I don't think so. I'll still continue to do BMW content and monkey content, and we'll see where the channel goes. So if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.